Well, well, well. I done told you already. I don't make believe. I make believers. Family. This is Drummer Boy 1980. Your gracious host hailing from the Carolinas. Columbia, South Carolina to be exact. Oh, God. I'm on one tonight, family. I hope you had a good day. If not, you know the old adage, ask yourself why. And remember, happiness is an inside job and it will always be an internal affair. With family, we back again with another reaction from none other than TLA, the lead attorney. Just pearly things and valuetainment. Shout out to those guys. Now, I'm going to do a recap first, briefly, of part one, and then we going to transition over to part two. All right, let's go.
While you said the comment, happy wife, happy life, Pearl like perked up. She's like, oh, let me get on this, Dad. So what is wrong with the concept of happy life, happy wife, happy life?
Because, well, one, they just hate that word, that phrase in the manosphere. That's why I started laughing.
Right.
But it's also because like women are emotional. Our feelings change every single day, every week, depending on where we are in our cycle.
They are people that will game the system. They are people that are self-interested. And when men go around calling women unicorns, they want to take them out of the realm of being humans. Right? And this is what men need to understand. And they don't ever understand that until they get into divorce court, and it's a bad divorce. Every single man that's sitting in front of a judge that's getting his kids taken away, that's getting his home equity taken away, understands that the woman on the other side that's asking for all that is a human being, not some animal with a horn sticking out of her
Why
head.
do men get their kids taken away? Like, I've been divorced, I've got kids. Like, I don't know any of my friends who have ever had their kids taken away.
Are you saying that the vast majority of your friends have 50-50 custody of their kids?
If they want that,
that's the California law.
No, I'm asking. You say if they want. I'm asking, are you saying that the vast majority of men have 50-50 custody of their kids?
Oh, well, my friends, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, how many friends are we talking about?
Say 10?
Exactly.
I have a question. Do judges look at also who was already kind of the primary custodial parent, like who was taking care of the kids more?
Judges are supposed to look at everything. But what you find is that judges have mortgages, right? Judges have bills. Judges are
humans too.
Exactly.
They're not unicorn.
Exactly. This is what people don't realize. That is exactly right. Judges get in this whole go along to get along.
You're basically saying that based on your 10 friends' experience, it's typically 50-50. Is that what you're saying?
But he's saying that judges are human and that the judge makes the decision, but not really giving a reason as to why the judge would make that decision.
I just gave one reason. This is, I just gave one, but
I don't know. I just find this so like absurd. So you practice in Atlanta, right?
That's exactly right.
So the rules and the laws are probably differently, and the system is probably different in every state.
It's state to state, that's true.
Yeah.
But in pretty much every state in the nation, the rules, the laws are set to where there's no preference given.
In California, they actually try to push the fathers to be more involved and have the kids more. And so they push to have that 50-50 custody if the father...
When you say they, who is they?
What is the guy supposed to do? Like, so if Adam's going to get married and he's going to have children, you didn't really get to helping him. So like,
I think that's why so many men are walking away from marriage today.
Exactly.
Is because it doesn't benefit
Just
them.
a bad deal is what you're
It's a bad deal
You're
for
saying,
guys
how
today.
do we fix it? And this is what I'm telling you. For an individual man right now, there is no fix. Now,
that's how California is.
That's how California is. But we're talking about the nation. We're not cherry picking over here. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not, my one friend this or this particular state.
To Atlanta, right?
And women men only win custody. It's like 20% of the time.
So here's some divorce stats for you guys. Nationally, we're not cherry picking over here.
Exactly.
Here's some stats for you guys. Man versus woman. Women file for divorce 70% of the time. That goes up to 90% of the time when they're college educated. Beware those smart girls, y'all. Women get the kids 90% of the time.
This is what she doesn't
Average
understand.
child support payment is $720 a month. Alimony is around 40% of the guy's income. These are stats. And then men are way more likely to end up getting depressed, fat, alcohol, drugs, and suicidal. So back to this point that I kind of want to discuss. The divorce rate, 70% women initiate this. You said this is exactly why men are so hesitant to get married today. So is marriage an outdated deal for men? What
Or is it a bad deal for someone who makes the most money?
Well, listen,
Because I feel like it's not
God.
even just men or women. It's whoever makes the most money in the relationship.
fathers should have equal right to these children.
They do,
This-
though.
Their children.
I'm just going off of what I know.
The stat that the man sitting next to you, Adam, told you is that 90% of the time, women get primary physical custody of these kids.
But
I know what you're saying.
Imagine if it was
Nah.
vice
I know,
versa.
but
Imagine if it was vice versa. If women only got custody 10% of the time,
I
like
agree.
we would be in uproar about
Absolutely.
it.
I
But
feel
you
like
never,
it's
you never hear
very-
about it because when it comes to men,
We're
like
not
people-
looking at
people-
all the reasons though. Like there could be reasons to why that stat is.
90% of the time.
90%?
Yeah, there could be reasons to where okay,
So you
maybe
think
the
9 out of
father
10
did not want to be around. Maybe
9 out
the
of
father
10.
can't be around as
9
much.
out of 10. 9 out of
Yes.
10 of them.
Yes, 9 out of 10.
So now that you have seen the recap, now let's jump to part 2. All right, let's go, family.
You
Once you
change
have
your whole
kids.
life.
You
know,
absolutely
like-
change, which, you're exactly right. Which, again, is another reason why talking to your partner pre-kids, it's not a useless endeavor, but how much value is it really going to give you? When, like you say,
It's
you're
going to
both
give you a
gonna
lot of
change.
value because you have to talk about, okay, I live this lifestyle now, you live this lifestyle now. What are we going to do once we have kids? Your life changes completely. To say not to have that conversation
No,
and then it means nothing is
I did
insanity.
not say not to have it. I did not say not to have it. I said you can have it if you want to, but you cannot rely on the information that you get from that conversation because so many
Well-
times the information is going to change.
So you're just saying
Hold up. Well, did you catch it? He said that you can have the conversation, family, but you can't rely on the information that's given because a lot of times women minds. I'm telling y'all guys what I know. I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm not getting it from a third party or none of that. I'm talking about experience. Some people learn from experience. Some people learn from observation, right? Just so happened I had to learn the hard way, all right? I had to touch the stove, in other words. Katie bought a dough. Let's talk about it. But women minds change. It vacillates back and forth. Lord have mercy. Ladies, just don't kill me, but you know I'm telling the truth about you guys. I love you. It's nothing more precious than a woman. But that still doesn't negate me telling the truth, huh? But a woman's mind would change. She'll tell you something 1 minute, and then the next 20 minutes, she doing something that's totally in direct opposition to what she just told you. What sense does that make? So my premise here is nothing is guaranteed. Let's move on.
that your partner, you just have no trust, no faith.
It's
you don't
not-
trust that anything
No,
they're
it's to
going
know.
say.
It's to know
man.
how women are. Like
you
we
know,
feel.
you're dating a
we
woman.
feel-
You see how women change their minds. This is
But that doesn't
crazy.
mean to not have the conversation.
No one said not have the conversation. I'm saying to have it if you want
So
to.
you're just saying to the guys, look, have the conversations, but things will change.
100%.
And know that things will change.
100%. That is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, but everyone knows that. That's not like an answer.
No, you're just saying, you're like, oh, well, you're saying that? Yes, I'm saying that. What are you saying? Have the conversation.
Yeah.
Why are
She'll
you?
be right back.
Why are
Despite
you-
our warnings to pee before the show, Madison, this is another indicator of what you can communicate with the woman.
Exactly.
You can
This is
communicate all
exactly
you want with the
right.
woman.
I'm
Say, hey, I highly recommend you pee before the show.
I'm so
Next thing
glad
you
you
know,
brought
there's
this
pee-pee time
couple
in the middle
here.
of the
I'm
goddamn
so
show.
glad. That is exactly right. And what would he say? Oh, well, have the conversation. Have the conversation. You had the conversation, and look where we are. That is
Pee-pee time.
exactly right.
Right, but you're not really like, but you're basically saying that's not advice for the guys out there.
No, your advice is not advice. Your advice about having the conversation
You just
is
said
not
the
advice.
conversation would help. You said, hey, yeah, have the conversation.
I said it would help. I said it's no
You didn't say it
value.
would help.
You're not listening. You're just up here. I said it's of
problem
almost
with
no.
men
If this guy here is not careful, that very woman that's sitting next to him, and she know what type of man that she have, because she looks like she wears the pants, if you understand that language. She look as though she the one that wears the pants. If I'm wrong, guys, put it in the comment section. Because this guy here seems like he's, I don't know, he's green maybe or something, or he just don't have that much experience with women, or I don't know what's his problem, but bro, you need to get some wins up under your belt, man, because you don't know much, man. Somebody go take him to the cleaners. You heard me? Moving right along.
These days they want to talk and not listen.
So there's
I'm so glad this is the perfect couple.
So
this is the perfect couple. You have a man that doesn't listen and a woman that changes her mind. This is the perfect couple.
So there's no value.
A man and a unicorn. That is exactly right. And he's Pan, right, from Peter Pan, because he has a childish inside.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being childlike, but there's something wrong with being childish.
If you're going to be childlike, you're in trouble when you get into divorce court. You need to be a man when you start entering into the institution of marriage. There can be nothing childlike when you step into that institution, because you will not be treated like a child when you go to divorce court. Right? This whole Peter Pan, I'm childlike on the inside bullshit. She's a unicorn. She's got a fucking horn sticking out of her head. It's bullshit. She's a human.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I think he knows she's a human, brother.
Well, you have a unicorn and Peter Pan up here.
Yeah, well, it's a good name for a podcast, I guess. Ross, you want to defend that?
I mean, it's kind of joking. We're just having some fun. Like, I don't think it's that serious.
There's no fucking fun in divorce court.
Goddamn right.
You come to the wrong goddamn show. You think you're about to have some fun. All right, anyway, let's just back it up for a second. Natalia, the lovely Natalia.
Boy. The lead attorney is 100% correct. Peter Pan over here, when he walked before that man in the dress, your whole life is decimated, guys. And you know I'm telling the truth. So then you go back, because hindsight is 20/20, right? And you think back, was it worth it? Was she worth it? Now you having post-nut clarity and all this stuff start weighing in on your heavy and divorce court, child support, alimony, split the house up, split the 401ks, all this stuff. You better have a prenup if you know like I know. If not, I might have to do like my fellow brethren. I might have to take them on a camping trip, and only one of us come back. Take them on a fishing trip, fellas.
But I just want to pause for a second. It's very powerful what you just said right there, because like I don't know any of this kind of stuff. You're talking about a dude that is willing to like enter into a long-term relationship, wants to have kids, successful. He's at that point of his life, and I'm like, all right, TLA, lead attorney, teach me something. And you're like, here are the 3 things that you need to do before you get married to protect your assets. Number 1, spend $1,000 and speak to an actual legitimate attorney and get some advice. Not your pastor, not your priest, not your rabbi, not the dude down the street, not the relationship counselor. That's number 1. Number 2, prenup.
100%.
Pre-up that prenup, like up it up. Boom. And number 3, this is very unique. Get a personality test. Make sure that your personalities mesh. I think this is very important advice right here. All right, how much do I owe you?
No,
Would you charge your time?
No, you're good. It's on the house. It's on the house.
Thank you, brother. Ross, I mean, if you had that advice, is that helpful advice? Would that be stuff that maybe would have been good to know before you got married? Like, I think you're processing this.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad advice. I just think that the further on stuff. So let's say you do all of that.
Yep.
And you decide, okay, I want to get married.
Yeah, of course.
Then we were talking about, okay, personalities, talking about conversations, talking about how women change after kids. Then he was like, okay, well, then I was like, well, then what are you telling the guys?
I want to jump in here because this is something that you hear it so often, because men like this, you hear it from people who want a guaranteed result. You know, you say, hey, I'm in Miami and I'm going to drive to Atlanta. what is the best way for me to go to ensure that I get there safely? Well, number one, don't be under the influence of any drugs or alcohol. Fine. Number two, drive in the daytime, and if you need to rest, get a hotel for the night, make it a 2-day trip. Fine. Wear your seatbelt. Fine. Don't speed. Fine. Right? Drive in the slow lane. Fine. Yep. This is all the advice that I'm giving you to drive from Miami and make it to Atlanta safely. Fine. So you got all that? Yes. All right. Is that going to ensure that you don't die on the highway? No. It's like, okay, you've given me all this great advice, but what else do you got? That's it.
Yeah.
You got to drive.
Well, it's an odds thing. You're playing the odds.
That's exactly right.
The odds are if you do that, you have a better chance of it working.
That's exactly right.
But there's no guarantee.
Yes.
It could be a goddamn drunk driver.
Exactly.
Roads could be shut down.
They will say, oh, well, what else you got? Ensure that I'm not going to get screwed over. Ensure that my wife is not going to stop. You can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Let's stay on the prenup for a second.
TLA. That analogy was one of your best analogies that I have heard to this date from you. If I say so myself, that was perfect. Nothing is guaranteed. The only thing that I can do is just give you the tools. Now, it's up to you to put the tools into motion, to put the tools into practice. Now, after I done gave you the tools, after you done put the tools into practice, all we doing is optimizing the possibilities. The probability is exponentially higher at that point versus not knowing no information and just walking in blind. But now you walking in with your eyes wide open, so to speak, right? But remember this, fellas. Just remember, nothing is guaranteed but death. And some people say taxes, but some people got loopholes through taxes, so whatever. But death is guaranteed. Seeing guys like my dude sitting on the couch there want a 100% guarantee, and that's not feasible. It's not feasible because they are unknown variables. X. Life, those things that's unexpected, and that's just the nature of the beast, right? But let me tell you something, dude. That woman sitting on the couch next to you, you better put on your traveling shoes and bend the corner. Because if not, you are in a whole world full of trouble, a tumultuous life. Because I can tell how she talking on camera now. Now imagine whenever her emotions get involved. Imagine whenever she behind closed doors. She might pick up a pan and go upside your face or something, huh? But guys, this here was another great showing. Shout out to the lead attorney, Just Pretty Things, Valuetainment. You know what I need y'all guys to do for me. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, family. Do that for me. I do appreciate you in advance. Hit the like button, hit the share button, comment. Let's interact a little bit in the comment section. Hit the cash out. You see it, $Drummer 1980. I do appreciate you. You also can support my channel by going to the super thanks located directly under the video, guys. You can click there and donate as well. And like I always tell y'all guys, and I'm gonna tell you a million times, all right? I do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Peace, blessings, and much success into everybody. And until next time. And remember, there is more.